Are you running the camera right now?
Yeah.
Oh, is it on me? So I've got my baggy sleep shirt on.
Who cares? This is where you're actually at. This is when the idea happened.
This is the idea.
That.
All right, well, I'm carrying a little extra right here. This is the reality.
Lift up your shirt. Don't suck in. There you go.
Don't suck in. It kind of bulges around here. I don't like that. How does your stomach look? This is where I'm headed, guys. Oh, yeah. Now, don't suck in.
I'm not. You want to see me suck in?
Yeah. Oh, that's way better. Okay, cool. So now you see where I'm going. It's good to have young kids who push you. He's my CrossFit coach, or one of our coaches at the CrossFit, and he's saying, Dad, you got to push it to that next level. It seems like this last bit of, central obesity, is that what it is? That's the highest risk. And it's like, what's prevented me from just knocking that off once and for all? And he was afraid that it would actually be a health crisis, whether it would be a stroke or a heart attack or cancer or something like that. There's no better time. In fact, I was reading a book just recently, and it was giving this story of this man who was like 450 pounds, something like that, who went on it was almost a year-long fast.
It's the world record longest fast.
Medically supervised. And so I'm so blown away that that's even physically possible. Here's the mind-blowing reality of that it was an aha moment for me. Think about it. Evolutionarily, we were hunter-gatherers. We were having feast times when you had to kill, and you were having long stretches of famine where you might actually be in starvation, not eating hardly anything. And we survived as a species, as a human race. And the reason we were able to survive is we adapted to the fact that when you were in starvation, you actually became more alert. You had an elevation of endorphins and norepinephrine, which just kept you really alive and ready to go fight, hunt, whatever you needed to do. Yeah. Hyper-focused, better focus, and we didn't lose our muscle mass. That was preserved.
Because our body becomes fat adapted.
Fat adapted. I had always just sort of had this misconception, and here I've been a doctor for 30-some years, that when you're in starvation, you're going to be sluggish, right. You're going to have no energy. I think that's the myth that we're just sort of trained to. The food industry has a lot to do with this, right? If they can keep us eating, then what do? They make paid. More money.
So potentially day one of your first prolonged fast.
September 2nd. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. So I am about to do a major CrossFit workout, 48 hours fasted, just water. This is gonna be tough, but I'm in it to win it. Watch me as I dance under the spotlight, listen to Guys, temperature patient, you're from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. Oh, there we go. I'm walking with my sons, you guys. I am 70 hours fasted. Look at these guys. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. That's what I'm going to look like here in about 10 days. Can you believe that? Unbelievable.
So how's your mood?
Mood is amazing. And I feel great. I'm 70 hours fasted. I did just add some sodium, potassium. And actually, I was at work all day. I've been working solid all week. I was dipping in a salt shaker today because I was starting to get just like I could tell. I've been drinking over a gallon of water a day and taking my vitamins. That's it. So this is just to prove that even an old man doctor can fast.
How's your sleep been?
Sleep's been perfect.
Energy levels?
Energy's been perfect.
How have your hunger pains been?
No hunger at all. So this is what's called mindset, because this time I was ready. Hey, Dr. Paul here. I just came back from CrossFit. It is day 5. I have completed 5 days of water-only fasting. Now, I'll confess, it's not just water. I have also had my supplements, which is vitamins, fish oil, vitamin D. I also added on day 3 calcium, magnesium, zinc, and a sodium, potassium. But this is day 5 done. I just finished a week of working. I worked 4 full days and have done 4 CrossFit workouts after working. So yesterday I took off. That was actually my roughest day. Day 4 of a water-only fast. I was just feeling a little, I don't know, weak is the right word, just a little not quite as energetic as I normally am. But today's been fine. I woke up feeling maybe not 100%, but by the time I had coffee and water, I was great. And I still feel like right now I feel fine. Yeah, I miss food. The thought of no more food still. I get to have soda water. So my treat is regular water all day and soda water for dinner. You want to join me for dinner? It's on me. Soda water. I have a soda machine so I can make my own water. Anyway, I'm being silly, but I just wanted you to know, at least for me, 5 days so far and going strong, no issues. And yeah, I'll update you soon. Bye. All right, guys, day 6 of a water fast. I've worked all week. Today's Friday. This is where I do CrossFit. Amazing place. It hasn't been bad. I'll admit, this one was a little tough. I have continued absolutely doing all my usual activities. Working full-time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Thursday's my usual day off. I had lots to do, which I did, but I wasn't working. And Thursday's the only day this week I haven't gone to my CrossFit workout. So this is shocking to me that you can not eat. I am taking minerals and supplements, vitamins. That's it though, water. I do get coffee in the morning. I look forward to that. That's my breakfast. I get regular water during the day, filtered. And I get soda water for dinner. It's amazing. And I am shrinking. This is, all right, that's not holding in. If I suck it in, oh, not quite. I got a little ways to go. Dr. Paul here on day 8 of a water fast. I only had 2 rough days. They were last Thursday, which was
was that day 4? You said
4 or 5, something like that. I'd have to look at it carefully. Which was my day off, and yesterday, which was my day off.
Oh, that's interesting.
And yesterday was the worst. Partly, I don't know. I knew it was my day off. I was relaxed.
Yeah.
So there was no adrenaline going. There was nothing to get me pumped up. And of course, when you haven't eaten that long and you're in ketosis, I know I'm fat adapted, obviously, because otherwise I've been feeling great. I worked out 5 times last week while fasting on water only. I woke up today feeling normal.
That's cool.
Shocks me. Absolutely shocking. My energy's fine, my head's fine, my clarity's fine.
What was your weight this morning?
185. I started at 204 7-8 days ago.
Wow.
19 pounds down on day 8 of a water only fast, and I'm wearing a medium shirt that's baggy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I couldn't get into these medium shirts a week ago. I mean, I could, but it was not comfortable. Crazy. Anyway, that's my update. My mom was so funny. I knew she'd be upset. And I said, Mom, I am tracking all these things.
There's too much stigma to break down.
Yeah, that's why the book's going to be important.
Very important.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you still filming?
oh yeah.
We're going to see what my fasting, this is a real fasting, this is a mega fasting blood sugar is.
And go.
Yowza.
Did that hurt a little bit though?
I felt it. Okay. I'm focusing on the blood. What are we going to get?
101.
101? I am still pre-diabetic. That's actually kind of amazing.
So what does this mean? Talk to me, Goose. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, your fasting blood sugar, this is interesting. My fasting blood sugar for the last few years has been 101.
And it's still 101.
And it's still 101.
Even 8 days
Normal
fasted.
is under 100.
Oh, so you're...
Okay. So my fasting blood sugar is a teenth above normal.
By 1?
Yeah, suggestive of being pre-diabetic, which I know I am, or was. I was hoping actually it was going to be like 80. I was going, yeah, perfect. But the amazing thing about 101 right now, folks, that is without eating a single calorie other than my fish oil capsules, 2 little fish oils, for 8 days. Speaking to the fact that eating nothing getting your calories from your own fat, which I had plenty of. I had 53 pounds of fat when I did my last body analysis, body composition.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. You can absolutely maintain your blood sugar in ketosis.
Yeah.
We've proven it.
Yep, just proved it.
That's like mind-boggling. Dr. Paul here. I'm breaking my fast. Here's why. But yesterday afternoon, I'm at work. I did 5 sessions of CrossFit last week, worked through this whole thing. I started taking these deep breaths. It was like, that's interesting. I didn't feel short of breath, but my body instinctively was looking for something, right? More oxygen, more energy. Clue number 1. Didn't eat last night, slept okay, woke up this morning, got on the scale, and I was up 0.4 pounds. What? I didn't eat anything for 24 hours, water only, no extra salt, and I'm up 0.4 pounds. Clue number 2. Then I get in the shower and I'm starting to take deep breaths. Clue number 3, you're out, no more fasting. So, out of curiosity, we're gonna take my blood pressure because, and I'm just curious, am I gasping for breath because my blood pressure's gotten really low? I usually run about 130 over mid-70s. So it tints on the high side on my systolic, which is that first number. And the low number is usually 80-ish or sometimes a little lower. So we'll see.
122 over 80.
There you go. I've got a 20-year-old blood pressure. Yes! My first meal, cheers, organic, high quality beef bone broth. The last time I had just pure plain bone broth, it's not highly salted. It was like, ugh, okay, I know it's healthy for me, I'll do it. This, I'm actually delighted to be off this water fast. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but towards the end there, it was clear that I was needing to stop. Cheers. So, this is about a water fast that I did that I do not recommend anybody try. So, because I'm a nut. I did 10 days of water only. I lost almost 20 pounds. Turns out 10 of those pounds were definitely water weight. I had not kept up with my sodium intake, and a good reason you shouldn't do such a thing. I was taking sodium supplements, but clearly not enough. The other impact this had on me, true confession, is I did not stick to my diet when I was done. So the best laid intentions ended up, as far as the weight loss issue goes, a bust. But I did want to share my labs with you and remind you not to do a water fast over, just check with your physician, right? But there's no reason to go over 3 days, in my opinion. Humble opinion. Okay. So we got a white blood cell count that was normal. My hemoglobin, hematocrit are perfect, as are all my CBC indices, the types of white blood cells. The immune system was not affected or impacted in any negative way. Here's the interesting thing about my electrolytes. As I suspected, even though I was taking salt pills, the sodium came in at 133, normal is 135 to 144. You have to be cognizant of that and be careful if you're going to do water only. I really think you need to add electrolytes to play it safe. But the potassium came in normal at 4.9. My chloride was a little low at 96, normal is 99 to 110. Looking at the rest of the CBC, this is kind of interesting. Calcium was slightly high at 10.7, and my liver functions were a little high. Now, as an ex-drinker with almost 20 years sobriety, back in my drinking days at the very end, my liver functions were a little high. So, but I've checked them multiple times since and they've always been very low normal. I lead a pretty clean life now, other than eating a little too much at times. But here, my AST, which is also called the SGOT, came in at 51. Normal is 11 to 39. And I was usually in the teens or 20s for that particular number. And my ALT, which is also called the SGPT, came in at 47. Normal 6 to 42. So slight elevation in liver functions in the context of a fast is interesting to me. I believe, and I'm not an expert on this, that when you're fasting, your body is working on your fat, right? That's what you're feasting on your own fat, which is actually one of the good elements about fasting because it is a way to detox. So as you start breaking down your own fat, you're releasing toxins. That's where toxins are stored, is in your fat. So I think the prolonged fast just created a prolonged release of toxins that perhaps stressed my liver. Your liver is your main detox organ. So this is both exciting to see because clearly I was detoxing, and also just a little reminder for all of us that perhaps some intermittent fasting should be a part of our daily lives, or at least weekly routine. I'm thinking, you know, a 24 to 36 hour fast once a week would probably be a very healthy way to just gently detox your body, and not do it 10 days in a row as I did, because then you're stressing your detox pathways. The rest of it's all good. Total protein, normal at 7.5, albumin, normal at 4.7. So even though I wasn't eating, my lipids, my proteins, everything is testing out normal. Now I did get a lipid panel. This was clearly fasting, 10 days of fasting. And it's interesting, my cholesterol is high, 227 despite a fast. That kind of shocked me. I do tend to run about that level. I run a little high, and my HDL, which is the good cholesterol, was normal at 43. Triglycerides were 107, which is a nice low number for me. Those can run high if I'm normal. So the high cholesterol in my case, our liver makes cholesterol. Some of us familially, meaning your hereditary predisposition is to crank out maybe a little more cholesterol. But anyway, that is a little on the high side for sure. My thyroid was normal, TSH of 0.34. Normal TSH is 0.33 to 4.7. I'm at the very bottom with my TSH. That's actually the optimal place to be. So I'm really pleased with that. You want a very low TSH, not like 0, but that means your thyroid is functioning quite nicely. My vitamin D is 89. Now normal is 30 to 100. My goal is to be around 75. So this is high normal, and it's because I supplement. I actually take 10,000 IUs of vitamin D with K2 daily. I don't recommend that for anybody unless you're testing regularly. I do test my vitamin D regularly, the normal being 30 to 100. I like to be in the sort of high range of normal. There's several reasons for that. A big part is cancer prevention. There you have it, folks. So in a nutshell, this guy did a 10-day water fast. Now this is a while ago, a couple thoughts. After a few days, I wasn't hungry at all. So that piece of it was not difficult. My energy got low towards the end, got very low. And I'm guessing partly because I still had some fat I could have lived off of. I probably had an extra 20 pounds of fat still left that I could have lived on for another month even. Not that that would be ideal, but I think my energy was so low because I wasn't supplementing my electrolytes adequately. So that is a take-home message there. Stay on top of that if you are doing a prolonged fast. Be under a doctor's care and get some pre-labs. And if you're going to go past probably 3 days, you need to check labs again and make sure you're dialed in on your electrolytes at the very least, and probably be checking things like liver functions and yeah, your complete metabolic panel. But hey, it was an experience, and I wanted you to be able to learn from my journey with a 10-day water fast. I'm Dr. Paul. Thanks for watching.